Welcome to your new favorite podcast, Glow Big with Stephanie. I'm your host, Stephanie, and this podcast is for all women. We want to inspire and empower you. We're going to bring you style, humor, entertainment, good intentions, big ideas, hope, and a little bit of sobriety in each and every episode. You can get all that and more at vibewithstephanie.com. But right now, grab yourself a sparkly water, put it in a pretty glass or a coffee, and get comfy and enjoy the show. Hey there. I'm going to share today my top tips for quitting drinking and staying quit. They have helped me so much, so I'm sharing all, and they have helped others, people that have gotten my course or people that are receiving my emails. So if you don't know, you can go to vibewithstephanie.com right now, and you can click the pop-up box, put your email address in, and you're going to get quit tips, survival guides, and weekly emails from me with updates and tips and all kinds of awesome stuff. So you can go do that right now, vibewithstephanie.com, and enter in your email when it pops up for you. And then you'll have that connection, and that will be so helpful and valuable to you. So we dive deep in the emails, but if you want to go a step deeper in your ultimate glow up and just coming out, ditching the alcohol and getting better, you can get my course, which is called Sober Up to Glow Up. And it's $97, y'all. $97. I can assure you there is thousands of dollars worth of value in there. And for podcast listeners, you can use the coupon code podcast and you will get a discount at checkout. So highly recommend checking that out. No matter what kind of drinker you are, if you're a light drinker, a gray area drinker, alcohol disorder drinker, alcoholic, it doesn't matter. This course is going to help you so much value. There's also bonuses, there's journals, affirmations, and daily videos. So check that out. But in the meantime, I'm just going to brush lightly over my tips that you can use starting right now to help you quit drinking. Tip number 1, talk to God. Okay. And hear me out. If you're not a God person yet or whatever, you need to have a come to Jesus moment with yourself or with the universe, inner child, higher power, whoever it is that you talk to needs to, you need to have a talk. This was such a big deal for me. I think all the years that I wished I could quit drinking, I never did this one thing. I never did this. And this is what actually was the final thing that helped me. So the night that I had my last blackout for Maverick's birthday party, and I woke up with a black eye and couldn't remember anything. And I laid in his bed and I sobbed and I begged for God to help me. And from that moment on, everything got better. Everything became clearer. The path was laid out for me, and I knew what I was supposed to do from that moment on. When every other time I thought about quitting, I didn't have that. So this is my main thing. And if you're not a God person yet, like I said, just have a talk with yourself. Speak it out loud. Write down the reasons you want to quit. If you don't have a why, you're going to have a why not when you go to reach for a drink again. And I tell my team that too. Like, if you don't have a why you're doing this business, then you're going to have a why not when you don't feel like working. So make sure you have a why, whatever it is, write it down. I really find that to be helpful, and speak it out loud. Okay. So talk to God is my first one. Number 2, start reading or listening to Quit Lit ASAP. So like I said, my path became clearer when before I had no idea what the first step was to quitting drinking. I mean, you would think it'd be just quit drinking, but there's a lot more to it than that. So you do want to put the bottle down for sure, but start reading Quit Lit as soon as possible. And I didn't even know where to reach, but I remembered that just like 40 days prior to quitting drinking, I quit smoking, because I was hoping that quitting smoking would make me feel better, my soul feel better. I was praying it wasn't alcohol. I was praying if I just quit smoking, I'd feel like a human again, but it wasn't the case. I had to quit both. But how I quit smoking was from this man, Dr. Alan Carr, who wrote a book called The Easy Way to Quit Smoking. And I put it in my ears, my earphones in, and listened to that book. And he helped me quit smoking that very day. I had read the book before. My girlfriend gave me the book once, like years ago. And I never made it through. Who cared? But when I listened to it, it had a whole nother effect, especially since I had that talk with God. Now I'm open, right? My heart's open, my brain is open. I listened to The Easy Way to Control Alcohol by Dr. Alan Carr. And I believe that this book helped me single-handedly quit drinking. So highly recommend Quit Lit, and I highly recommend listening to it. Don't just read it, because I don't think it's as effective, especially when the two guys I'm about to tell you about both do hypnosis. I think there's something in the way that they're reading it that really, really helps. So, Easy Way to Control Alcohol by Dr. Alan Carr. And the other book is Alcohol Lied to Me by Craig Beck. I don't know what it is about these guys. They're both British. They both do hypnosis, and they are just straightforward. Alcohol Lied to Me was kind of funny and tongue in cheek. And he calls himself out several times about being just so pompous about how we thought we were different drinkers, kind of thing. So grab those two books and definitely listen to them audibly. And if you go to Scribed, you can get like a 30 or a 60-day free membership. You can bang both of those books out in a couple of weeks for your little free membership. So definitely do that. They are game changers. All right. So number 3, stock up on alcohol-free supplies. And that could mean non-alcoholic beers if you want. That could mean the non-alcoholic tequilas and whatever. But what I really mean is club soda, LaCroix, sparkly water. And it could even be the 2-liter, which is like 90 cents, I think. Get a ton of limes, get a ton of lemons and fruit, pomegranate if you want, blueberries, make it look pretty, pour them in a pretty glass. This is not meant to be punishment. This is supposed to be treating yourself with the utmost care, which you're going to see over the next 30 days that you decide to quit. We are giving ourselves so much grace right now. We are taking naps. We are doing skincare. We are drinking club soda out of pretty glasses and reading books and self-care, because it is time. We have been mistreating ourselves for a very long time for whatever that reason is. And we're going to dive deep in my course through trauma as well, and why we may be doing this and how this all even came about. So I just got off topic, but definitely stock up on alcohol-free supplies. And I firmly believe that the non-alcoholic beers have kept me sober. When it warms up, you're going to see that you find a trigger. When you go to an outdoor event, you're going to see that you're triggered. When you go to the beach, to the pool, all of these things are going to trigger you. If you already have alcohol-free beer on hand in a cooler and they're cold and you're ready to have one of those, it will prevent you from drinking. There are many people, a lot of AA people are going to say that it's a trigger, it's going to make you drink again, but I have not found that to be true at all. I found that reaching for that has actually kept me away from alcohol. And especially since I'm following my carbs, they have quite a bit of carbs in there. So I'll have like 1 or 2, and then I am satiated. So do it. Stock up on alcohol-free supplies before you even quit. Make sure you are ready to go, because you're going to be thirsty. You are going to be trying to fill a void. So you may find yourself drinking a ton of those sparkly waters, but it doesn't matter. It's better that than the alcohol. So huge thing that you got to do is be prepared. You're going to be thirsty. Have coffee on hand, decaf, have tea, have alcohol-free supplies ready to go. Okay. The other one is get in the sober community ASAP. I had no idea there was such a sober community until I started getting sober. And I realized there are just so many amazing women out there that are so cool and fun and funny. And they had to get sober for whatever reason they chose to get sober. So you can go to Instagram or Facebook or TikTok and hashtag sober or sober mom, sober life, alcohol free, just hashtag, and you will find a ton of people. If you follow me, probably it'll start showing you people who are like me. I'm vibe_with_Stephanie on Instagram and TikTok. And get in the community, because you're going to start seeing a lot of positive things regarding alcohol that will just make you feel not so alone, because this can feel really lonely at first. But I promise you're going to see there's so many awesome people out there. Okay, another tip, get your running shoes ready. I am not a runner. I will never be a runner. I remember in PE back in school, it like was already hurting my knees and everything, just my joints. I just don't like running. But I have flown out of my front door numerous times, especially in the first 30 days of getting sober. Flown out, barefoot, no shoes at all, because the rage is real. The anxiety, the emotions coming over your body are insane, and you're not used to it. You're used to being able to have a drink and calm your ass down. That's not going to be the case. You've really you're only leaning on yourself. So I want you to not grab your car keys. Remember not to grab your car keys, because we're not getting in the car to run to the liquor store or to the gas station or to the grocery store. We are going outside, out front, go out back and walk. And you're going to look like a crazy person, and that's okay. Phone a friend, get your Audible in your ear immediately, your Quit Lit. I listened to those all the time. Even once I finished it, I was back listening again. I mean, that was what I listened to for 30 days straight and beyond. But yeah, get ready to walk, get ready to run, and because the emotion is going to be high. So be prepared for that, but don't grab your keys, just go out the front door and start walking. And as a side note, you're going to trim down quite a bit. I lost 30 pounds. I was doing supplements, I was doing my supplements and all of these things, but the walking, I mean, I walked every day, a couple of times a day. And grab your kid. If your kid's inside, get your bike and let's go. Started rollerblading, because you're going to need something else to do besides. Also, let a friend know what you're going to do. This could be a hard one. Most of my friends are drinkers, because I planned it that way. You attract who you are. So my girlfriends are heavy drinkers. They love the wine, but I let them know, look, girl, I'm done. And I'm sure they didn't believe me, because I've probably said it before, but I don't think I ever said it like this. But you do want to let somebody know what you're doing so that they can help you be accountable. And they may feel threatened and tell you that they don't think you should quit. Like, you don't have a problem. You don't drink that much, which, this is not to his fault, but my best friend and my fiance, Will, I call him my husband. We've been together forever, but he never came down on me hard about having to quit. I always knew when I made him not feel good, like the next day, I would know that I made a mistake, or I acted a fool, or I jumped down his throat for something. And come to find out later, he's like, yeah, I mean, our house is so much happier that you're not drinking. I never knew what you were going to do or say or how you were going to be. But going to him about quitting didn't really make things easier, because he never really told me that I had to quit. He never really made it a deal that I had to quit. He probably was worried about who I would be sober as well, because we've been drinkers together for so long. So don't let whoever you tell, whatever they say, don't let that alter you in any way. That's all I'm trying to say, is they may poo-poo it and say you don't need to quit because you don't have a problem, but deep down that you do. So letting a friend know, give or take. You don't have to do that one if you don't want to, because I just don't want I don't want you to rely on whatever their response is to change how you respond to it. So not everybody's going to support you at first. That's on them, not you. So we do have a support group, sober group. If you put your email in that pop-up on vibewithstephanie.com, you'll get the link to the support group too. So you can tell us. You don't have to tell a friend if you don't want to, because some people may want to keep it private for 30 days until you get past that really rocky point, which I would say the first 7 days are kind of crazy, but you're still like floating. You're still like, oh, I'm doing this. And then on day 15, you're like, whoa, I did it. Like you kind of made it past the hardest part at 15 days. But then 30 days is when it starts to become more of a commitment. So do your own thing there. If you want to let somebody know, let somebody know. If you don't, go ahead and get into the sober group that we have, Sober Vibes. And then take a long, deep breath and decide that it is done. It is done. No one is going to do this for you. They might even try to deter you from doing it. And if it wasn't a big deal and this wasn't affecting your life, you wouldn't even be considering it. So it's the job of alcohol to reel you in and get you trapped. But you're not alone. There are so many women that are working on their sobriety for different reasons. And it really is a day-by-day process, especially in the beginning. It's day to day to day. That's why they say take it one day at a time, because you really, it's day to day. But once you get in the swing of it, it really gets much, much, much easier, I promise. So these are some of my fabulous first tips. And I hope that you stay in the loop with us. I hope you get on the email and get in the support group, because it's a lot of fun over there. And if you are finding that you really are ready to give it a try, I would love for you to check out the course. Like I said, it's 30 days, value-packed videos. There's bonuses, journals, affirmations for every single day. And it's going to help you get your glow back. It's going to help you get your glow back, whether or not you decide to quit forever or just take a break. It's going to help you and help you with self-care and just feeling better and picking up some new tools along the way. So I hope this helped. And if it resonates with you at all, please share with a friend, and I will talk to you next week. Thanks for hanging out with us today on Glow Big. We hope you're leaving empowered and happy and ready to take on the world. For more information, you can go to vibewithstephanie.com. And if you're interested in taking the 30-day Sober Up to Glow Up course, just click Sober Up to Glow Up course for more information. Have a great day.